Subscribe to our YouTube channel and press the bell icon to get the latest updates.
Hi everyone, I'm Dr. Sanjeev P. Sahni and today we will be discussing about racial discrimination in India. According to a survey conducted among Northeast Indians living in Delhi, nearly 80% claimed they had faced racial harassment in the past year. 80%, as we can all agree, is a huge number. Let's understand what comprises discrimination. Behaviors such as physical violence, verbal abuse, or even avoiding eye contact against individuals because they belong to a particular group is considered as discrimination. For instance, there is a gender discrimination. Females and individuals identifying with other genders face hostility and abuse. They have their opportunities reduced simply because they belong to that gender. The major type of discrimination in India is caste-based. A person from the so-called lower castes faces horrifying treatment in terms of reduced access to water, sanitation, physical intimidation, and verbal abuse just because they belong to that caste. With the Black Lives Matter protest, an important form of discrimination, but one that is not spoken about much in India, gained traction, that of race-based discrimination. The primary targets of violence, ethnic slurs, and other forms through which discrimination manifests are individuals from Northeast India living in mainland India. Racial discrimination is prevalent in India, so much so that we don't even notice it. For instance, it is common experience for a native South Indian living in North India to be called names based on their darker skin complexion. There is an obsession with whiteness or fair skin complexion in India. Until recently, ads for fairness creams were prevalent across media. They have now reduced or been replaced by glowing creams. However, the pictorial representation remains that of fairness as being equivalent to glowing. The experience is similar for foreigners who come to India to study, especially from African countries. According to some media outlets, African students often face delays in their visa extension, and police verification sometimes becomes an excuse for extortion. The World Values Survey in 2006 reported that close to 50% of people responded that they would not want a neighbor of a different race, showing the extent of race-based discrimination. Until recently, the government of India did not even acknowledge that there is a racial divide in India. However, things have changed and they do recognize that, yes, racial discrimination takes place. To that end, the government treated the Basbarua Committee to look into problems faced by Northeastern in mainland India and suggest policy frameworks to help curb discrimination. While this was a much valued move, making it specific to Northeast Indians, it ignores race-based discrimination against other groups. Discrimination of any kind depends on group differences. In case of any individual belongs to a minority or non-dominant group, the chances of them facing discrimination increases manifold. And the smaller the group, the more extreme the discrimination. The funny thing in all of this is that according to geneticists, there is no biological or genetic difference between any two human beings. The concept of race is a social construction and not a biological reality, meaning that engaging in discrimination based on race is irrational or biased. That's it for today. Stay tuned to JIBS Infotainment for more videos, documentaries, and discussions. Thank you.